So I can't believe that this season is almost over. Well, I guess I can because I guess it's been going on for a while, but it makes me a little bit sad because it feels like it's gone by really quickly and it's been such a great season. And I have a special guest today because Dexter just decided he wouldn't leave. By the way, he's named Dexter after the show Dexter, which I was obsessed with until the last season and especially the finale, which was probably the worst finale I've ever seen in my life for a show. But Pretty Little Liars could probably top that whenever that series ends because we all know that show is insane. So anyway, and insane in a bad way, not in a good way. So Donnie's in jail, and I really enjoyed the Donnie in jail scenes. It was giving me major Orange is the New Black vibes, which actually was like saying that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm excited because I think Orphan Black's coming back soon, and I meant Orange is the New Black because I get those two names of the shows confused because they're, you know, both have black in them. But if you watch Orange is the New Black, thumbs up because I love that show as well. This is just all over the place today, but I hope you can follow me. Anyway, so MK was talking to Kira in last week's episode, and I wasn't really sure what was up with all of that, but she's now talking with Sarah, which I think is good, and Sarah was kind of upset that she was trying to go through Kira instead of her first, but I think MK has good intentions. If you watch the After the Black show, which is the after show after Orphan Black, they talked a lot about Kira, and maybe because of her DNA, she seems to have like a really super intellect because she feels a connection, which is more than just feeling. Like she has a connection to all of the Sistras, and she has maybe some kind of supernatural powers, which I've always believed, but they kind of delved into that into the after show. They didn't confirm it, but they discussed it. So I hope you guys can find that after show if you aren't in Canada or the US and you can't watch it on your cable system. So I was really, really proud of Mrs. S because I knew exactly what she was doing. She was going to go out for revenge against the mole, aka Martin, for killing her mom, and I was all about that 100%. So there is a Neolutionist in prison with Donnie, and they're trying to get information from him, but he doesn't really know a lot of things to tell them, so they're kind of like abusing him and threatening to shiv him, I guess, with a toothbrush that's been made into a weapon. So yeah, that's going on. And Adele is in this episode again. I still don't trust her, and I think eventually, probably by the end of this season, it's going to come out that she's not who she says she is, or if she really is, that she has a very bad ulterior motive here. Thumbs up if you agree. I just don't trust her, never have. I think she's so fake. I think that her accent is completely fake. I don't believe she's Southern. We also found out that MK is sick and she's coughing up blood, and I think eventually all the clones will end up with this same disease, which is very, very sad. And they're trying to figure out if they can do some stem cell research to work to find this cure for this disease, especially for Cosima, who I think is the farthest along in the progression of it. And what's definitely going to come into play here, which I've been talking about in my videos, they talked about it After the Black, is the eggs that Helena buried, and also the fact that she's currently pregnant. I think some stuff can be done there to investigate that, to do some stem cell research to see if they can find that cure, which I think they will find the cure by the time the entire show is over. I really feel confident about that. So, Martin is like interrogating Allison. He shows up to harass her, and he's just total bad news, and I can't stand him at all. But just wait. Donnie is getting beat up in jail, but finally he gets let go and he is safe. While this is going on, Allison is in the production of Jesus Christ Superstar, which is just really cool. I love musicals, so I really enjoyed seeing that side of Allison. I love when she does plays or musicals, or mostly musicals, with her community. I just think that's a really cool side of her. So Mrs. S catches up with Martin, because they direct him to the comic store, but it's, you know, actually a setup. And she has him cornered, and she's torturing him, and she's trying to find out what's going on with Evie Cho. And what I want to know is what you guys think about her. Do you think she is the main evil person? And I think it's not a coincidence that her name is Evie Cho, which pretty much sounds like Evil Cho. But I have always thought that there's a bigger villain involved. I think there's a super villain who may not be revealed until maybe near the show's ending. But I don't know if we know this person, because if we do, it could be someone not very good. I mean, it could be someone who we trust or something. I'm not really sure, because we don't have a lot of options of people who are still alive who could be this evil person. And I don't think it's one of the people we thought were evil before. So I'm not really sure who that could be, and I would love to know your thoughts, but I just don't think she is at the top. of this list. But basically, Martin is saying that he's being blackmailed. He's being made to do these terrible things because his niece, I think, was being threatened, and, you know, he was scared for her life, and he's just having to act out on behalf of being afraid. And I think I believe him, honestly. He seemed pretty genuine here. So he really wasn't, you know, someone is directing him to do these things. And maybe that's Evie, but I think someone's directing her. And, like, what is the deal here? I mean, what is her motive? Basically, he was saying that she's trying to put those worm bots into every new baby. So I don't know if she just wants to take over the human race or make, like, you know, soldiers for some sort of war she's wanting to plan out. And again, I don't feel like she's the one planning all of this. I feel like she's kind of going with someone's direction. So I would love to hear what you think about that. The best part of the episode was something that I predicted would happen this season when Mrs. S shot and killed Martin. She did not feel sympathy for him, and I think he deserved it, and I think that was awesome. And now I hope that Evie is murdered this season. I don't know if that's going to happen this season. I definitely think it will happen, but I am still crossing my fingers. But anyway, I just felt like it was such a great episode, and if you, again, another plug for After the Black, because they kind of delve into what happened in the episode. They explain it a little bit better. And on this episode of After the Black, we had the woman who was in Jesus Christ Superstar. I think her name is Sarah. Something with an S. She was on, and then the guy who plays Martin, and then the guy who plays Art. And the guy who plays Martin ends up being a really cool, laid-back guy. I really liked him. He's nothing like his creepy character, so I thought that was cool. It's really cool to see the real side of these people who play these roles. But yeah, I just cannot wait to see how this season concludes. We have 2 more episodes, and I love it so much. And if this is your first time seeing my face, please subscribe, because I will be covering the additional seasons of Orphan Black as well as the rest of this season. Plus, I'm currently covering MTV Scream. I'm getting ready to do Pretty Little Liars and Scream Queen. So if you're a fan of any of those shows, that will be coming up, and you don't want to, like, not subscribe and miss me, right? So I would love if we could get to like 50 thumbs up on this video. That would make me so happy. So please thumbs up if you watched this and liked any part of it, or just liked hearing me talk or babble, or maybe you liked my cat who has disappeared because he apparently doesn't like Orphan Black and he's really bored of me talking. So on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.